Hey everyone. You know, I didn't get a chance to do this back on Sunday, due to the fact that, of course, I went to church and it's kind of been kind of busy around here. Especially watching the NBA finals and stuff like that. But like you said, it's kind of been busy around this area because, well, one, at my job, I didn't expect it to be so busy the way it was. I didn't expect it to be so crazy, but of course, it being the first week of summer vacation, even though summer season doesn't start for another week or two, or another 2 weeks or three. Um, basically, basically, I just haven't had the time to really come out here and talk about this. I mean, I've done videos on camera um, with this. I've actually done some live streaming, if you will, as well with this for my YouTube channel. And but like I said, I haven't had a chance to come out here and really talk about what I want to talk about here, and that is this past Sunday was the I think it was this past Sunday or this past week actually. No, actually, it was not this past Sunday. It was actually this past Thursday, as a matter of fact. Between Sunday and Thursday, I have to look again, but between the 4th and the 8th, I think it was, no, actually was Sunday, because I remember that. Sunday, it was around Sunday and Friday. Actually, it was about a week. So you can consider this about a week late, but this past weekend, not this weekend, which we're currently in right now, but this past weekend, during and of course we had the Apricot Fiesta, as you've seen on my YouTube channel. Um, I actually ended up celebrating, and like I said, I totally didn't have the time to do this, and the Fiesta probably gave me the most opportune opportunity there was to at least do something there, live while I was touring the area. But this past Sunday, this past weekend, if you will, between the 2nd and the 4th, I celebrated 9 years here on YouTube with this channel. 9 years. And that's hard to believe. Now, some might consider it a decade if you don't count things like from a birthday standpoint. If you go the WrestleMania and you go the Super Bowl route, you might say, well, it's been a decade, if you want to go that route. I could go that route too and say it's been a decade, but when I see someone like James Wolfe celebrate a decade on YouTube, and I know there's various others like Doug Walker celebrating I think a decade here on YouTube. I think next year you're gonna have Tune More and then Kara celebrating a decade on YouTube. It's really surprising of how far I've come, because every time I talk about this every anniversary or every year that passes since I came on YouTube with this channel, it still surprises me of how far I came. Because just like I've said before, I remember originally starting on YouTube in 2006, in March of 2006, and long story short, YouTube was still kind of in its infancy. It was still starting out. It's kind of like what VidMe is right now. As some people would say, VidMe is kind of in the same category that YouTube was 11 years ago, but more slightly improved and prepared for whatever comes their way, from what I understand. But anyway, I remember starting on there in March of 2006, and long story short, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed being able to create videos, upload them to YouTube, share them with a nationwide, if not a worldwide audience, and not worry about anything. Or so I thought. Because when I came out here to visit my family for my birthday and visit my late grandpa before he passed on my birthday, everything seemed to be going all right. And my original plan was to be here for my birthday and then leave about a day or two afterwards and come back. Like I said, unfortunately, my grandfather passed away on my birthday, so I had to stay an extra week for the funeral, and then we took an extra trip to San Francisco after that. So yeah, I got an extra week out of it, and a week or so later I came back, and when I came back and checked my YouTube channel, well, I checked my email because one of the things I was able to do when I was here was use my older sister's laptop to check my email and see how my YouTube channel was going. So I come back basically after the extra week that I had out here, and I check my email at home at my apartment, and I'm thinking everything's still cool, so I go to my YouTube channel, which I think was BW1979 at the time, and I see that nothing's there, and I'm thinking, what's going on here? So I go back to my email and I search, and I notice that there's one email on top from YouTube, and then there's nothing else afterwards. So I click on it, and I find out that my channel had been terminated due to copyright infringement. Basically, I had too many copyrighted material on my channel with my AMVs, my fan vids, and unfortunately I couldn't get it reinstated. Like I say, unfortunately I couldn't get it reinstated, and I found out as well that I wasn't the only one that was in this predicament. So yeah, I had to wait a couple of months because I didn't know at the time that you could create another email, that if you register for another email, that you could use that to get another YouTube channel. So I waited a couple of months. I went back to doing the P2P, the P system, the peer-to-peer system. I think I discovered Daily Motion as well, so that was kind of an opt, but I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to sign up to that just yet, or well, I think I did. I think I did sign up on Daily Motion. Maybe, I don't really know. But I think I think this was at a time you could probably upload without signing up on Daily Motion. Maybe I'm wrong, but anyway, I just waited a couple months. Like I said, I went back to doing the peer-to-peer network. And then all of a sudden, come December, I thought to myself, wait a minute, I thought to myself, you know what, I should try to get back on YouTube. But I realized, well, I can't use the email I had. What else could I use? And I just started having a Yahoo account. So I figured, okay, I'll try using that. Well, actually what it was is that I went and I decided, okay, I'm going to try to sign up again. And I wanted to use my old email account, but it wouldn't let me. So I said, okay, I'll just use this one and see what happens. I think I even did some research as well. I can't remember. But basically, I used my Yahoo account, and that second one, which was, I think, B. Walmer, I believe, ended up being my YouTube channel from December 2006 to June of 2008. And what happened initially was someone, I'm not saying who, even though my nephew, who's in his 20s now, claimed it could have been him, but I don't think it was. Somehow my channel had got disabled. Basically, my channel had got deleted, it had been removed, and I was wondering what was going on, and I find out that there was a report about me, there was copyright infringement again or something. Basically what was ironic about this is I did a rant, an audio rant, on a certain website out there that likes to, it's kind of like Wikipedia, but it's not, because, well, it's kind of like Wikipedia, but what it does instead is it uses its server, its website, to insult many people out there, including myself, including James Wolfe, including Doug Walker, including Frank Hill, Patrick Butler, um, Rob the Wonderful from Planet Rob, Huey Toonmore, you know, you name it, Jay Foxfire. The list can go on of people that they use this Wikipedia-like parody. I call it a parody site. Wikipedia parody, a parody satire site, to insult people on the internet just to get kicks out of it. So I don't know if it was someone from there or what, but but basically I learned my lesson the first time. But after learning how to kind of get myself back on here the last time, I used the Comcast account that I have now to basically get back on YouTube, and thus this channel came as a result. Many years later, of course, I linked it up to my Google account, my Google Plus account, which I signed up for because I got a Gmail out of that, and basically to keep things on the up and up, if you will, to kind of keep things on the know, or to kind of keep myself prepared throughout these past 9 to 10 years, depending on how you look at it. I've created myself backup channels with Daily Motion, with BW Roses 98 YouTube channel, with by signing up to Google Plus, signing up for free to Google Plus, I got a YouTube channel out of that. I've backed up on. I recently got myself signed up with a VidMe account, so I'm all ready and prepared just in case something happens. I'm backed up everywhere I need to be backed up on. But yeah, it's hard to believe that it's been 9 years since I began this channel, and throughout, like I said, those 9 to 10 years, I've been able to sustain it. Yes, I've had copyright strikes to the point that the unlimited uploading that I'm allowed with, along with everybody else, was reduced to 15 minutes. I've had that happen on several occasions, but I've always worked around that and was able to get back after a certain amount of time back to the unlimitedness that I needed that I like to have on my channel. Now, like I said, I've had my ups and downs with YouTube. I've had my ups and downs with YouTube just like anybody else, And the thing is, I think and honestly, I've worked through them. I may have not liked the fact that sometimes people will come on here and comment, and that's just my dog, she's feeling playful right now. But like I said, I may not like the fact that people come on here on YouTube and leave insulting comments to myself or anybody else because they don't have nothing else to do. There's one, I guess you could say he's a friend. I guess you could say colleague that I have here on YouTube that I've met that recently has been, that's recently said certain things, and something tells me it's not really them. Something tells me it could be a young associate of theirs. If you catch my drift, because one thing I've learned about the people that like to insult people like me and others out there is the age range for those people are 12 to 15, if not 16 years old, because they don't understand, why we like to come on here and talk about certain things. They don't understand why we come out here and say and like to do video game updates, or DVD Blu-ray updates, or comic book updates, or we like to do package openings, or we like to share our interest and love for something that they may not understand the reasoning behind, but throughout the 9 years I've tolerated this, and it's throughout those 9 years that I've figured out that the best way to handle this is either just ignore them, let them say what they want, and remove the comment, or do what's best so that you or anybody else doesn't have to say anything about it, and that's hide the comment. So yeah, just in case anybody's wondering, that's what I've done. I would, like anybody else out there, there are people that go on other YouTube channels and they're wondering, well, where's my comment? Why won't my comment show up? And it could be a comment that nobody likes. It could just be an insult or something. And I, along with a lot of people here on YouTube and other various video streaming services, have learned that the best way to take care of that kind of stuff is either RRH. Remove, report, hide. You either remove it, you report it, or you report it, or you hide it. In other words, they're still able to upload their comments. They just can't see them because hopefully the message gets across that with all due respect, if you're going to comment, be respectful. Don't just comment because you want to troll people. But yeah, it's been an interesting 9 years, and like I said, I'm all backed up everywhere I have to be in case something happens with this channel. But 9 years, hard to believe. And next year, should this channel make it into 2018, will be a decade here on YouTube, and that's hard to believe. Again, I know some people might consider this to be a decade if you don't go the birthday anniversary route. Just like WWE doesn't do what WrestleMania and the NFL doesn't do with the Super Bowl. But overall, it's hard to believe it's been 9 to 10 years. 9 years anniversary birthday wise, and 10 years if you don't go that route. But yeah, it's hard to believe, and I look forward to 9 to 10 more. I can't wait, hopefully, for this channel to hit its decade mark next year. But in closing, I want to thank all of you guys for supporting this channel, supporting me. Like I said, I know that a lot of us go through the ups and downs that YouTube has us, along with many millions of others out there, go through. I know that a lot of us have to deal with a lot of the comments that people like to throw at us because they want to troll us, and honestly, let's be honest, the age range for some of these trollers sometimes are just adolescents because they don't understand. So, and I don't mean that with any malice or contempt. It's just my opinion. It's just a respectful opinion. There are some that do understand, but again, from what I understood, from what I've heard elsewhere, that's mainly the age range for these trolls. So, really, again, thank you guys for supporting me, getting behind me, this channel for the past 9 years. Check out all my other channels, at Daily Motion, at VidMe, and here on YouTube. Just type in BW Roses or Walmer, and you'll be able to find it. So, thank you all again, guys. And I know this is about a week late from the original anniversary date. But let me know what you guys think down below. Comment if you like. Again, thank you. God bless you all. And I am out. And here's to hopefully another 10 years. Or another year at least with this channel.